Okay, this part is the real part that I want to share with you for this week. Okay, actually it's chapter 4, not chapter 3, because chapter 3 contains too much, not really important parts of the semester. So we will withdraw the chapter 3, and don't worry about it. We still will extract important parts and combine to another chapter introduced for you. Okay, so now today this point is selection statements, chapter 4. Okay, so this is 4.1 introduction. Python offers selection statements, allowed you to select the action you want to perform from 2 or more selection paths. Yes, if you use the selection statements, you will at least have 2 or more paths. Okay, so select statement use the conditional expression. What is a conditional expression? It means you will have condition, right? So the result maybe is true or false. So it will be the Boolean expression. So the result will be the Boolean value. The Boolean value means it's only true or false. 2 different kind of situation. If it's true, that will do what? And if it is not true, what will do? Yeah. So for example, this is provided 2 paths here. This is if, right? If it is a conditional expression. If you use the if, means we will just print the incorrect input. I mean, doing this call until this condition is true. Yeah. So we use the if radius smaller than 0. Remember, this is a colon, right? So many students will forget this part at the first time. So don't forget it. Yeah. So we use this 4 spaces. You can use a tab. Yeah. The spaces is for Python, only for Python, because the other programming language will use the, bracket or the other parenthesis here again. So the Python, no. When the programmer have already know that, you just use the spaces here and make the Python know, oh, it is just under this condition. Yeah. So if the radius is smaller than 0, if we want to calculate the area for a circle, it is incorrect input. So this result will print, right? Otherwise, so this is otherwise. Otherwise means else. Else means if the if statement, conditional statements for if is false, then the computer will go into this line. Yeah. So remember, it also have a color. So this 2 point, I use the pink color to remind you. Most of the students will forget this part, colon, signal, okay? And then here, I strongly suggest you have to align the same spaces. So you just type the tab. Tab means 4 spaces, okay? If you use your spaces key, we have some problems. Sometimes your spaces is for Chinese version, sometimes is English version. The spaces size is totally different. So I want to use the tab. Okay, tab. The tab key is just next to the Q, right? Q, yeah. So you will have 4 spaces here and align together, never have mistake. Okay, so if the radius is not smaller than 0, yeah, it will go into this part. Area equal radius multiply radius multiply math.pi. Yeah, here we will try to use another formula about math. Math.pi, it will be a really pi, not just like 3.1415, etc. That's just our just limit. We do not really, because pi is a unlimited number, but we can use math.pi just approaching the real result. And we get the area. So this program tell the computer, if your radius is smaller than 0, then I will tell you incorrect input. You cannot execute any program here. Otherwise, if you input more than or equal to 0, then you will have the result. And we will just teach you how to use the import math.py. So here, we will do that in Python. So open a new file, okay? Because today we will use math.py. So we import math here. Then you can use the py this, sub function by the math package. Yeah. So we give the if radius smaller than 0. Yeah. Pay attention to here. This column will not become, the same color. So you have to know. Remind it. Otherwise, other students will forget this part. And of course, it will be a syntax error. And here, actually directly, when you press the enter, the Python is very smart. He thinks if you want to, give the statements just, below this, under this condition, so we print it. Print incorrect input. Yeah, incorrect input. Right? So actually, you have to have a radius here. Otherwise, we don't have the variable. Yeah. So we want the user input. Please input the radius equal. Yeah, we ask the user, hint it. And then, yeah, actually, do you see? I press the enter and you will align the print. Yeah, it's correct. But actually, we do not, this statement is not under the if. Actually, it's else, means otherwise. Yeah, it is a keyword. Keyword will translate, keyword will transform just like different color here. And remember colon signal, okay? And under this condition, I just press the enter, it will align the same part. So the area will equal radius multiply radius and multiply math.py. Yeah, actually we will get real pi. And I want to make it a good state style. So actually I make a spaces here and then I will print the result. The area for radius here, radius is, yeah, the area. Yeah, we try to do that. So if I give the result just smaller than 0, it will print incorrect input. For example, -3. Yeah, incorrect input, right? So we do that again. But this time I will give the more, formal value, for example, 10. So actually, it is a floating number. So actually this is, the limit maxima. Then the computer for the variable, floating variable, can remember in this digit. Yeah. So when the area for radius 10 is 314, etc. Yeah. Okay. And also we can, we tried it. You can do that with math and pi, then you will get the real number. So actually this exercise helps us to understand what is the conditional statements. Conditional statements always start from if and remember column. And this is a Boolean expression. Boolean expression means it will be smaller, larger, or equal. So if it is equal, have to be two equation here, because one equation here means put 0 to radius. If you want to determine whether it is equal, it is double equation. So you have to remember. Then the result, then the computer will determine whether the result is true or false. Okay. So now here, you just put smaller. Okay. Maybe you want to check. Okay, also we can put it a double equation and we press 0, the result will be incorrect input. Okay. We just try 0, 0 here, it will be incorrect input, but we will run a risk because actually we can also make the radius just -3. So it will just calculate again, but it is incorrect logical error, right? Logical error. So I just give you a demonstration for if you want to check whether the radius value just fit the result. If it fit the result, you will get the result. And we will use the double equation. So back to this question, so we just use the smaller 0. Okay, now it's your time.